What's up, fam? It's PhilosophyPanther. PhilosophyPanther. Welcome back to the Panther spot. It's hot as balls back in. I'm just trying to be as positive as I can today. Well, I'm gonna try to be as positive as freaking possible today. Alright, there's just a lot of garbage in the news today. I've been upset by some of my favorite artists. It's starting to hit me right here in the chest a little bit. So we're gonna get this shit started. First things first. So far, the most requested thing that have been hit me up. Y'all been hitting me up on my super phone. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and give y'all some of that information right now, so that y'all can text in questions, all kinds of stuff. Hold on, let me get that on together, fam. They'll give y'all a moment to get in here and get with it, get situated. Cause last week I had a guest, and I want to bring him back. But I had live, let the chat ask questions, send me a text message, ask questions. It was dope. It was thebomb.com. Alright, just so y'all know, if y'all want to text me, leave a voicemail, anything like that, contact me while during the show. You can hit text 407-848-1008. That is Philosophy Panther's phone. You can get in contact with me during the show. That is 407-848-1008. Text me questions. I like answering random ass questions too, because last week was the best one. It was like, what if you woke up one morning with a vagina? That answer took us like 25 minutes to answer. It was like the best thing ever. Cincy, see that stuff back then? My wife, who's still in the hospital right now, she came home, but I'd rather her go right back to the hospital and go to an inpatient care, so a facility that can take care of her way better than we can here at home. She's in everything. As you can see, she's got Harry Potter back there. She's got the wolves and the what's that, Twilight. And our best friend, our mutual best friend, her maid of honor and everything, does the Cincy stuff. So yeah, let me go ahead and wave back. Hey boo, how you doing? Alright, one more time before we get started. If you want to text in a question, comment, joke, anything like that, the number to text me is 407-848-1008. And like I said, the questions that came in last week were hilarious. Me and my co-host at the time was not here today. We absolutely tore it up. It was hilarious. So let's get on to some of the stuff that I know that's annoying. Okay, it's annoying some of us today. I want to get some of this heated stuff because I'm angry right now. I want to get some of this stuff out of the way. Let's discuss it, because there's a lot of stuff that people are confusing and not getting the information right. Let's talk about Stephon Clark. Stephon Clark, black man, shot in the back 6 times. Okay, 8 bullets hit him, but 6 of them hit him directly in the back. And that was out of 20 shots fired his direction. All because someone thought that he was the guy that was going around vandalizing vehicles and stealing stuff. And it was late at night, whatever, and they, helicopters swear they thought this was the guy. And they came in and within 2 seconds of saying, "Put your hands up," they blasted him from the back. He was running. Well, a lot of people and some of y'all out there say, "Oh, well, why was he running? If he had nothing to hide, why would he run?" What y'all need to understand is, so far, including Stephon Clark, there's been 269 deaths so far. We're in March, right? 269 deaths by police officers thus far, and we all know the majority of them are black. In Sacramento, where this occurred, since 2015, there have been 6 people shot and killed by police. 5 of them being black. So yeah, you hear the horror stories of the big bad police officers who claim to be afraid for their lives, blowing us in the back. Okay, so they blasted him so bad that when it's time to go, try to prepare the body, put him in the funeral home and all, not funeral home, excuse me, get the funeral going and everything, they couldn't prepare the body properly because it was so decimated. And the way they did, the family did an independent, they had an independent autopsy, right? And it came back, that's how we found out that he got shot in the back. The way the story was that they feared for his life, that he had a gun in his hand, and that he walked towards them. Turns out that story was lied. That was a lie, and it turned into being a gun, a phone, a cell phone in his hand. Well, they said it was a crowbar right before the cell phone, but then they said it was a cell phone, and that he stepped forward. Well, now we know the truth because the autopsy, the independent autopsy, says that he was shot in the back. 8 times, shot while he was running away 8 times. 6 of those hit him directly into his back. Shattered bones, spine, everything. Okay? And that we got ballistics reports showing that they shot 10 shots per gun, per officer. And it's all happened within a few minutes. But the funny thing about all this, and the autopsy has showed that he was alive for at least another 3 to 10 minutes. 3 to 10 minutes is the difference of someone's life. They could have saved him. Instead, they put the handcuffs on him, and then when EMS or whoever showed up, they treated it as if he was still alive and dangerous. In other words, they killed the man, probably realized they killed the wrong guy, had some issues with their body camera, and still got the audio showing, that, covering up for whatever the fuck they did. But they could have saved him. They handcuffed him and left him there to die. And this comes in within the same time. Let me get some of this stuff because my handwriting ain't shit. This comes around the same time that we find out that Alton Sterling, the cops that killed him, they got let off. They were freed of all their charges. There was nothing going on. They as far as they were concerned. Oh, what's up, Judah? As far as the law is concerned, the police officers did absolutely nothing in the killing of Alton Sterling. We even have video footage of both of his hands. No weapon in any hand. It's definitely not a damn gun. And they get to walk. Now, how do we fix this? First and foremost, let's discuss this because it needs to be told. Stop calling it police brutality. Okay? Y'all hear me on that? Stop calling it police brutality. There's nothing in the law against police brutality. Nothing. I heard it from somebody else. I had to research it too to make sure that they knew what the hell they were talking about. And now I'm sure I know what I'm talking about. There's nothing on the books against police brutality. So in order to enforce this and get more officers in trouble and so that they can't get off, you have to go to court and say domestic terrorism. Okay? You are filing a lawsuit against this officer, these officers, the police department, for domestic terrorism. Watch how different the outcomes. Now, there's still going to be something to get away with, no doubt. But watch how different this turns out to be once you start going there saying, hey, domestic terrorism. That'll scare the shit out of half of them. Because they know the right wording. That's why we just saw just a day or two ago, these 2 boys were walking down the street. One of them flicked off the police officer. So instead of letting the shit go because we're supposed to respect police officers. No, they're human beings. They got a job. If you respect the police officer, you need to respect your garbage man and clean out your fucking shit. But you don't do that, do you? You don't. So I treat police officers like I treat the doctor, like I treat the mailman, like I treat it. Look, you get the same. I'll flick off a police officer just like I'll flick off anybody else. Fuck that. But these are teenagers, these are kids. So instead of opening up a dialogue, they instead of stopping and saying, hey, look, man, what's up with this, man? What's going on? Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this and try to squash this beef we got going on. Let me understand what's going on. Instead, no, they antagonized one of the kids, kept following him, asking him questions. And then, he's like, why are you following me? Why are you following me? He's like, I can do whatever the hell I want. And he waited good to try to, why? Because he knew that he was going to try to get away from the police officer. So he starts walking across the street. He says, there you go, jaywalking. Grabs the kid by his arm and everything. Said, now you're under arrest. You know what I'm saying? What kind of slick bullshit that is? Listen to me. You can lean against their rights to have their guns because their guns aren't theirs. They're loans. So if you find out who controls the guns in your area, as far as your police officers and your police department, and put a lien against that, I guarantee you some things will change. But let's start with domestic terrorism, because that is an actual thing someone can go to court for. And I think you can actually win if you use domestic terrorism. Okay? Here's something else that I think we should do. Black people, I love y'all. You know I love y'all. I love us. I love us. You know what I'm saying? I love us. Okay? I love the fact that we're having a renaissance in filmmaking. Because I too am an aspiring actor. I love the fact that the idea, the concept that if someone creates a role, I'm not limited to the thug, the drug dealer, the first guy that dies, the horny maniac, stuff like that, the killer. I can be a superhero. I can be the president. I can be these things in any film or television show, and I love that. I love that we went out and supported Black Panther. 1.4, 1.5, 1.7 billion dollars. It is the highest grossing superhero flick, I think, ever now. That's great. But you see how quick we were able to spend that money with them? I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying spend your money now and do the research. We did all the work. All right, how about this? Here's even a better example. How many of y'all went out to try to find out who the hell, okay, 4 in the States and 2 in Japan? Oh, Jesus. How many of y'all went out to try to find out who the fuck bit Beyonce on the cheek? By raising hands. I didn't, because I don't give a fuck. But a lot of y'all put in a lot of effort. A lot of time and effort. I mean, harassing Tiffany Haddish, fucking with Jennifer Lawrence, fucking with all these random women to find out which of these bitches bit Beyonce on the cheek. Okay? Meanwhile, y'all turn around and every tax season, Beyonce got her hand out and y'all pay for them ridiculous ass price of tickets. That money, that information, that drive that y'all have right now to try to figure out who the fuck bit Beyonce, you need to find out who your local police chief is and figure out how to vote him out the next term. That's what you should be doing. Black people, you ain't got to spend $1 for that. Okay, unless you find somebody black that you like and you want to support them so that they become the next police chief, or be in charge of the law in your area, the judicial system and stuff. Spend time finding out who the fuck makes the laws where you live and who upholds them, and then vote them the fuck out. Use that same drive you did to find out who the fuck bit Beyonce and go find out who your police chief is. Go do that shit. And when you do that, make sure you write a letter to them. We know we on your ass now. We on your ass. Trust it. We coming for you. Next election, you will not be police chief. You will not be in charge of this. You will not be the judge of da-da-da-da-da. And pay the fuck attention. I can give a goddamn who the fuck bit Beyonce in the face. Because if she ain't knocked the motherfucker out, then, whatever. That's her loss. Ain't nobody biting me in my motherfucking cheek. What y'all have to think about is the police, it's not just the police too. The police have to fill up our prisons. Why? Because our prison system, the prison industrial complex, all of these independent private prisons have a contract with the U.S. government. The U.S. government promised them, said, hey, look, all right, cool. We'll let you go ahead and do your thug thizzle, okay, whatever. But if we're going to be building here, private prisons say, you have to keep our prisons full, or else you owe us money. And the U.S. government don't want to owe money to nobody else other than the Federal Reserve. That's a whole nother video. We can talk about that later. So they have to. They have to catch you jaywalking. They have to hope that you write you a ticket and hope that you lose your fucking mind so you can go to jail. So you can go to prison. Because they have to do it. It's crazy because right now in California they spent $3.6 billion just not even a day or two ago $3.6 billion was approved to expand the already largest prison prison system per capita in the world in California, instead of putting that into the schools where it needs to be. $3.6 billion was approved, but they can't get better schools over there. They can't. They spent so much money since the Columbine shooting to get, like, I think it was like upwards of 1,500 to 2,500 police resource officers and various schools all across the nation. It's probably more than 2,500, but that's just what I read, and I guess in a certain city, state, whatever. But, and you know, they have not yet stopped one single school shooting. Not one. It's just like the what do you got when you go to the airport? My brain, what's at the airport? TSA. Not one time has TSA stopped a shoe bomb, prevented a terrorist strike, prevented any of this shit, right? They haven't done a thing, right? But we're still spending our tax money. It's still going to keeping that program alive. It's a waste of time. Waste of fucking time. Anyway, let's talk about something a little more fun. I know I got some cool shit on here. Let me see. Oh. Alright, so this question was asked in this group that I'm in. And then somebody said, hey, Scott, you should ask it during your podcast. So I want to know, alright, who is right in this situation? Alright? Fellas, ladies, listen to me. Your phone is right there. It's right there. It's just chilling. You out doing your thug thizzle. You handling your business, whatever. Ladies, you got something in the pit of your stomach. You just a rotten bitch. Who knows? Either way, that phone is calling your motherfucking name, right? And you will scroll your little happy ass over to the phone, and you go through his phone, and you find some shit that you was not looking for. No, you was looking for. You found what you was looking for. But you're not happy with what you was looking for. And you got receipts. So now you got proof. There's no misconstruing. There's no misunderstanding. None of that shit. And you approach your man with the bullshit. And y'all start arguing back and forth. I want to know who was wrong in this situation. Was it the woman for snooping through some shit that don't belong to her? The man for cheating? Or both of them together? Y'all let me know in the comments here. Y'all hit me up at or text me at 407-848-1008. Let me know what you guys think. Who's at fault here? Personally, I would usually go down the middle, but tonight I'm gonna be an asshole. I think it's the woman. Fuck that. Alright? If a tree fell in the forest, right, and nobody heard it, did it still fall? You're right, it did. But ain't nobody hear about it, so nobody know that the tree fell. So nobody's in trouble and nobody's hurt. Ooh, I know y'all don't like that, right? I mean, it's in his phone. It's his phone. Now, we going who was wrong first. By all technicality, she would be. But if nothing was, there was nothing wrong in the phone, right? Then catch, he's just the most faithful, just wonderful, or maybe y'all have a open relationship where y'all have multiple people, so you don't have to go through bullshit, but you went through his phone and didn't find nothing that you thought was alarming. Would you tell your man that you went through his phone? A lot of y'all won't. I guarantee you 9 out of 10 won't. And that one person that said they will, they single today. And so, but then when they do this, women complain that there's no good men in the world. I put up a post on Facebook just the other day, and I said, women, y'all have to stop saying men this, that. You know what I'm saying? Men ain't shit. Okay? Or men act too childish. Or men do this. No. What you need to start saying is the men you find attractive. The men you pay attention to. Alright? Ain't shit, or don't do this, or always doing this or that, because it's proximal. It's not me. I'm not shit. I'm the shit, but I'm not a shitty person. It's just that you keep picking these shitty people. Hey, we're talking about you. Yeah, let me clean that off right there. Yeah, you keep picking the wrong shitty ass person because you don't know how to look outside of this little small circle that you find attractive. Maybe is what you need to be talking about should be changed. Okay, don't stop saying men ain't shit. No, the men you fuck with ain't shit. Do that shit from here on out, and then you might start seeing a change, or maybe a pattern, and maybe it's you that ain't shit. I'm just saying, I ain't here to piss y'all. I'm just here to give you the truth. Okay, maybe you ain't you half-assing. Speaking of half-assing, hold on. I'm gonna get back to you women. Speaking of half-assing, what the fuck is up with the weekend? And I ain't talking about this shit Saturday, Sunday. I'm talking about the motherfucking artist that captivates you when the boy sings. The boy be singing about some pain, some real shit in your ear, and you just like, oh, I feel that too. Damn. That weekend right there. This boy let an album. It's an album. It's not even a whole album. It's a mixtape. He just dropped a mixtape. This motherfucker dropped this whole album. Said, my album done. Yeah. That motherfucker is 6 songs. 6. What I'm gonna do is... Let me tell you when I figured out it was only 6 songs. Because I didn't even look at the whole thing. I just hit play and let it go. Right? I'm at work. And I'm trying to hurry and get back to my wife or whatever. And I just, okay, this should only take about 3 minutes to do. Bam, I'm gonna hit play, bam. And I go back, and by the time I come back to my phone, I realize I'm hearing the same song again. Wait the fuck? Hold on, wait a minute. How long is that? I looked at me and say 6 songs. I said, weekend, if you don't get your ears stuck in this doggone booth and finish the goddamn album, lazy motherfucker. You know what? We should only pay half for your fucking album. That's what it is. If I see that shit for $20 anywhere, iTunes, those Walmart, any of that shit, we pay half. Cause you just gave her half. No, it was good. All 6 songs was great. But you half-assed that shit. 407-848-1008. If y'all like half of the shit that I talk about, you know, if y'all have been following me and whatever, wonder how you can help me out and get, you know, another microphone, a better recording space and all this other stuff, you guys can go to my Patreon on patreon.com, become a patron of mine, okay? Just to start is only $1 a month. Please join. Patreon.com/the Panther Spot, okay? Become part of Panther Nation, okay? We got a few captain level people. Couple captain level people that say, hey, you know what, Scott, I think your shit worth $10 a month. I thank you guys. I really do. So the rest of y'all, man, just go ahead and try it out. $1 a month. It ain't gonna hurt. Ain't gonna hurt. If you don't think I'm worth $1, then, you know, keep your motherfucking dollar. Then I ain't mad at you. But if you can't, you want to support, but you can't, you know, that's fine. You can go to my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/the Panther Spot. And catch it over there. You only be listening to it. You don't get to see this wonderful face. But you do get to hear this wonderful voice all up in your ear face. Oh yeah, all up in your ear, dig in your ear hole, right there with my luscious voice. All right, let me get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, like I said, y'all text me the number there. Let me know what y'all think about that. Last couple things I want to talk about is black people, use your dollars. Use your dollars to change shit. You got money, all right? We put I know we weren't the only ones because, you know, we were just the first ones the first month to go see Black Panther. White folk came afterwards because they wanted to make sure oh shit. The whole hood went to the movies. Let me see what they watching. Let me see why they walking around talking about Wakanda Forever. And they went and they spent the money. But we way past $1 billion right now. I know we didn't put the whole billion in, but we put a lot of money towards that film. And I thank y'all as a fellow actor. Thank you. But what I want you to do is start putting your dollars back into what you want to do into your community. All right? Your sons, if you got to walk your son around when you first move into a good neighborhood, And you got to walk your family around to every house. Like this one woman I read about. She went to every single house up and down the block to introduce them to the children, especially her young boy who's like 16 years old, okay? To make sure they know that he's not a bad guy. If you got to do that, then you need to start using your money to put somebody else into the police department. All right, who's in charge? Who's the chief? All right, who are the judges in your city, state, county? You need to use your dollars to fund other people that look like you and I to go and be in those positions. Otherwise, you might as well walk your kids around the neighborhood to all the pretty scared white people who are quick to call the police at anything. Okay? And you'll be wasting your time doing that. It's embarrassing as it is, but knocking on, hey, we're the Lewises, and I happen to be black and a man. I have 2 daughters, and I have a son. Don't shoot them. Don't call the cops on them, all right? All right. You got to sit up there and do that shit. You rather do that shit instead of taking your money and putting it back into funding people that look like you and I to take over? Like I said, you spent all that time finding out who the fuck bit Beyonce on the cheek. Find out who your police chief is. Find out who they named the local jail after. Like, we had some guy years ago when I grew up, his name was Johnny Polk. Find that motherfucker. Is he in charge? All right, then we need to find out how we gonna vote that motherfucker out next semester, next term, next election. It's just frustrating, that's all. Let's see what we got. Oh, last thing I'm gonna talk about today, all right, we're gonna talk about the Hart family. No, I'm not talking about Kevin fucking Hart. I am talking about Sarah and Jennifer Hart, 2 lesbians that love each other and they love black children. Let me start backwards. Devontae Hart is the little boy. If y'all been watching all this shit with the police domestic terrorism from the police over the last 5 years, me have seen this little black dude and a black boy in a fedora, and he got this jacket, and he looks like a hipster. All right, you may have seen him run up and go give a hug while he was crying to a police officer. Personally, people are like, oh my God, he's so overwhelmed with emotion, like he really loves the cop. Now, I think his mama said, I'm gonna beat your ass if you don't go up there. I'm taking away your PlayStation, or some other threat if you don't go up there with that stupid sign saying free hugs and go hug that police officer. Go do that shit. I think that's what really happened, because he was crying. I ain't never seen no little black boy cry to hug a police officer ever a day in my life. Okay? And I think that I think that what happened next is very, very tragic. So I'm not trying to make a joke out of it. Devontae Hart, we saw that picture. A lot of y'all saw that picture. A lot of y'all saw it live on TV and stuff like that. And I think it was all staged, because his family, he is one of, see, it was 5 of them, 6, 7, 8. He was one of 8 of the Hart family. Okay. In other words, there were, I want to make sure I got this right, 3 kids, 2, 5. One of 5, 6, 7. No, I'm lying. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there we go. One of 6 kids. Okay. One of 6 kids. And one day, the Hart family decided to go drive up close to the beach. And they're driving. And they're close to the beach off a cliff, and there's a cliff, and they're in Northern California, and they're just driving, and they keep driving, and the road turns, right? It turns, right? It turns, and they didn't turn. They didn't turn. They kept going straight, and they fell off the cliff. They fell off the fucking cliff. The reason why this is so important, because that picture was iconic. Devontae Hart was that kid that came up there and hugged that police officer, and I told y'all my opinion on it. I told y'all I feel like that was staged. Like I say, you probably gonna get a whooping from them little white ladies. I find out later on that this information, there was no struggle, there was no slip, the way the ground, you know how they come and check out the dirt and ground and all this stuff. There was no mechanical failure. These motherfuckers, these 2 lesbians, just drove the fuck off the cliff. 5 bodies were recovered, but 3 kids are still missing. So we don't know if 3 of the 6 kids were all still in that van before they drove off the cliff, because they found the 2 lesbians, okay? And they found, obviously, 3 more kids, but there's 3 kids. So, in my worst nature, because I am a dirtbag, I am a douchebag, I think the worst of some people, and I know I shouldn't think this always about white people, but especially like them, like this case, I think they did something. They probably killed 3 of the kids. They probably buried somebody under some limestone somewhere in the backyard of their nice home in California. And they just took a ride. Hey, come on now, hop in the kid, hop in the van, man. So they're still out researching that right now, trying to figure out what's going on. But like I said, I told y'all what's going on. Okay, they did some shit. There was no struggle. There was no mechanical failure. Them motherfuckers just kept driving. I don't know if they just said, hey, fuck it, I want to end it all. End it all. I think they just ended it all. Oh, God, help me. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at the fact that they died. I'm not. That's a very sad situation. If anything, I'm more furious because I look at this situation and I think the absolute worst, because every time I see adoption, like, you know, like Angelina Jolie and whatever the other guy's name is, I keep forgetting, it's Brad Pitt, they always went outside of the country to go adopt, you know, little black kids, little Asian kids, with all the kids that are here in America that need to be adopted. That's just weird celebrity shit. But then I see these 2, you know, women who obviously can't have kids of their own, so they're going to adopt 6 kids, and all of them black. And then all of their lives just ended, forfeited, because of the 2 adults. So I we dig up some a little bit of research, and apparently Sarah's a little badass. She's been in jail so many goddamn times. She made me look like I've been in jail twice. Okay, twice. She's been in jail 6 times. Domestic abuse, violence, driving unsuspended, under alcohol, this, that, and the third. You can see her rap sheet. I only posted 2 of those pages on my Facebook page, but it's just sad to sit here and think about, like, what could have been. Those are 6 little black lives that could have had, like, the cure for, I'm not going to say the cure for cancer, because we already have that, but the cure for anything. They could have created world peace, but now we'll never know what was trapped in the minds of those little 6 little black kids. So, and that kind of sucks. So, again, like I was saying earlier today, you know what I'm saying, if y'all got questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, anything that you're curious about, you can always text PhilosophyPanther 407-848-1008. Especially during the show, I like to answer you guys' questions, no matter how wacky. Like I said last week, someone asked, you know, what would I do if I woke up and all of a sudden I had a vagina? I told them I'd be the greatest DJ in the world, and we had a really good time. I don't want to always report negative things, but I do want to report things that will help, you know, people as a whole, and then specifically my people, you know what I'm saying, black people. I really want y'all to focus and think about ways that we can improve, you know, everything. Now, I know there's, you know, everybody feels passionate and different about different things. Like, I have some friends and associates that are passionate about restoring rights to felons who've already done their time, and that's fine. That's great. I just feel like, and I think that there are other things that are immediately important. Like when I watched this whole thing with Laura Ingraham going after that one kid, he looks like one of the Who people from Whoville, Daniel Hogg or some shit like that. And that whole movement, the, what is it, My Life movement, Life for Life movement. I forget the name of the movement. My brain, it escapes my brain at the moment. But one of the things I did notice from the outside looking in is I too am a gun owner. I like guns. My guns are to protect me as a black man and my 2 daughters and my wife, and that's what this is for. You will not take my guns from me. I'm not looking for gun change so drastic that you're going to take my guns from me. Now, I'm not saying that's what they're trying to do. What we're trying to do is get gun reform. But Laura Ingraham felt like she had to attack this little 17-year-old boy. And he had the greatest clap back. He went and found all of the people who were sponsors to her show and then told what she was doing. And one by one, the sponsors like, nah, fuck you, Laura, we don't fuck with you no more. There needs to be gun reform, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just be real, okay? All right. The latest thing that Orange and Chief did, it was, you know, no more bump stocks. Okay, whatever. And you got to be 21 years old to get a gun. But I think also that if you're going to be taking guns, I think, and you're going to be putting people through a lot of psychological tests, I think you need to do the police the same fucking way. Because if people who go through war, who supposed to come back, are the most messed up people on the planet after coming back from war, know the rules of engagement, know that you don't shoot, you de-escalate first, and the police can't do that here domestically, and they're killing us. That is domestic tyranny, and there needs to be something needs to be done about that, and you need to treat them just like you treat the civilians. I'm saying that comes where your money, your Black Panther ticket money. Yeah, I went. I'm not gonna lie. I saw Black Panther once. I'm gonna get the DVD. Damn right I am. But I'm also gonna go back to Sanford, where I'm from, and I'm gonna go help. You know, whoever's. I'm hearing there's somebody who wants to run for mayor. Might have been his kid. I think it might have been a kid. I think we fought when we were little. But if he's trying to do good things and make changes for the community, then I'm all down for it. I'm going to support the guy. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and get the mayor who's in there now the fuck up out of there, because he hasn't done shit for that city in the last 8 years. That's putting your money where your mouth is. Find a candidate, put some money in his campaign, and help push the campaign. That's what we can do. Fuck who bit Beyonce on the face. Anyway, I done talked enough damage tonight. I want y'all to really think about that question I asked earlier today. Who's at fault? Who is at fault, ladies? You go through your man's phone when he ain't around. Maybe you got a gut issue, something say, man, damn, something ain't right. You go through his phone and you find out he was cheating. He doing something, he wasn't faithful, or whatever it is. If you don't have an open relationship or you're not a polygamist, and you just feel, and you approach that man with it, and he start arguing with you, who is at fault? Is it the woman for going through somebody else's shit that don't belong to her? The man for cheating? Or are they both at fault? Y'all can text me your answers again at 407-848-1008, and I like to see some of your answers. The best answers, or the most creative answers, or more well thought out answers, I'll go ahead and send you some merch. I got a little shirt that's coming out next week that I'm just gonna give away for free to the person who wins. And I'll let you know via text. And you'll get that text in the morning. You'll get a picture from me going like this. Or something of that sort. Again, like I said, if you like what I do here, go to patreon.com. Become my patron. Patreon.com/the Panther Spot. Can't afford the $1 a month? Fine. Follow me on SoundCloud. I'm all down for that. You can also subscribe. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link will be all over this shit. You'll be in below, down here somewhere. Click the link, whatever, subscribe, hit the little bell, because I've been finding out that even people who have millions and millions of subscribers aren't getting their videos to the people who want to watch them, because YouTube's a whole hole. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, hit the little bell thingy thing, and you know what? Y'all have a good night tonight. Before we go, y'all know how I feel. I love everybody, but I have to help my people specifically. So when I say this to my people, listen to me. If you can't do it once a day, do it once a week. If you can't do it once a week, try doing it once a month. Hell, do it as often as you can in the year. Always think, act, buy black. I love you guys. I'm getting the fuck out of here because it's late. And it is officially Easter Fool's Day. Weird how the day that Jesus rose is a different day whether you celebrate it or not. You know, I'm done. I'm not. Y'all have a good night. All right, cut off this stupid video. I can't reach that.
Bitch, sit down. Nobody pray for me. They not there for me.